Welcome back to Beginning Bourbon. This is Brian, and today we're going to be covering one of my favorite classifications of bourbon, and that is barrel strength or cask strength bourbon. They're essentially the exact same thing. So when we look at a bottle of barrel proof or cask strength bourbon, we see here Stag Jr., one of my favorite bottles of bourbon ever, and if you can find this at MSRP, this is probably, in my opinion, one of the top 3 values, period, in all of bourbon. But back to barrel proof. This is a bottle of barrel proof bourbon. It actually says so just down here, barrel proof. What does that mean? This means that this bottle of bourbon has not been cut with water at all. It means that whatever percent alcohol the bourbon was in the barrel, that is the exact same percent that is in this bottle. And that is going to translate into flavor, 100%. If you're going to get a barrel proof bourbon, you can count on that you are going to get some intense flavor and probably some intense heat, as we like to call it, the Kentucky hug. You're going to feel it right here. Now, even though this is one of my favorite styles of bourbon, I would not recommend it to someone that's looking to get into the hobby right away. I would not recommend someone's first or second pour of bourbon to be this because it is intense, it is flavorful. The great thing though about barrel proof bourbon or cask strength, again, same thing, is that if the flavor is too much, you actually can water it down, proof it down a bit. You can also, what I like to do is I like to let it sit out for 5 or 10 minutes before I actually enjoy it. That lets some of the alcohol burn off a little bit and again, takes some of the intensity away. The other bummer, unfortunately, when it comes to cask strength or barrel proof bourbon is that it is almost always going to be a little bit more expensive than non-barrel proof bourbons. That's because, again, since they're not proofing it down, it actually is almost like getting a bottle and a half in one bottle. If they proof down the bottle, they could obviously produce more bourbon and put that other bourbon in a bottle. So there you go. That's what we got with cask strength or barrel proof bourbon, the exact same thing. It just means that whatever percent alcohol it was in the barrel, that's what it is in the bottle. It's been uncut, untouched. They have not proofed it down with water. What you see is what you get, and it is yum delicious. Y'all pick up a bottle, try it, explore new flavors, new palates, new offerings from all these wonderful different distilleries out there. Have a great night. We'll see you soon.